Hi, this is Mrs. Clark, and I'm going to show you how to make your own mystery reveal picture. We're going to be coding this adorable winter bird, and if you click in the link in the description, you can get the bird, and we have a whole bunch of other winter ones that you can get too. And when I say it's like a mystery reveal pixel art, I'm going to show you what I mean. So it's something like this, where when people put in the answers to your questions, a picture magically appears, usually color by color or pixel by pixel. The first thing you want to do is just make sure you have your bird pulled up. If you're just using this as a tutorial and you have a different pixel art pulled up, that's great too. Just make sure that your picture is here and ready to code. Then we're going to make sure we're viewing it at 75%, because otherwise it can be hard to see everything. And we're going to write our questions and answer them. You want to make sure that they're very straightforward questions that have a concrete answer, like a number or a one-word answer that's easy for people to type, so that you can use that answer for the code. And to type in these, you just click on it. And then if you want to edit it, you can come up here. All right, so go ahead and fill in all of your answers, all of your questions, and all of your answers for our bird. There are 9 of them. Okay, so I filled out all my questions and answers, and now I'm going to start coding. So first I just want to look at the bird and take stock of all the colors I have. There are 3 different blues. So there's a light blue, medium, and dark. There's a black. White doesn't count because the background's already white. And then there's 4 different reds. So this is the darkest red here. I think it's just the wing, and I can look and see. Okay, what's this one? Yeah, that one's different. So the darkest red is just the wing, and then there's a slightly lighter, and it's this and this and these little shadows. Then there's your main red, which is this bright apple red, and then you've got your light red that's a little easier to identify. And these are the colors we're using. Now, if you use different colors, or like it's hard for you to see a shadow and you use a different red for that part, it's not that big of a deal. It just would look a little bit different, but that's fine. Okay, so there are 8 colors and there are 9 questions. So that means if I do like light blue, medium blue, dark blue, black, dark red, medium red, light red, I'll have 2 left over. So I could do like some of the cherry red or the regular red and the other. So there's like 1 color that I might split up so that I don't finish my bird too soon. But overall, it's going to be 1 answer per color, except for 1 color that I'll split up. For the coding, we're coding the answer box because that's what we want. We want someone to put in the answer and that activates the code. So these are the boxes we're coding. You're not going to use these boxes at all. When you're coding, you need to tell the computer 3 things. First, you need to tell it what box. So every box has a name. This box is called B because it's in column B. And then come over here, look at row 4. So this box is called B4. And I know that this is 4, 5, 6, 7. That's highlighted here, but you use the first one, B4. This box is called B8. This box is B12. This box is B16. So every box has a name. All right, so the first thing, again, you tell the computer what box. The second thing is you tell it what color you want to use, what color you want it to turn. The third thing is you tell it what activates the code. So like what needs to be in this box to turn it black or whatever. Well, 30. So here's our custom formula down here. It's equals $column, $row equals answer. So it would be equals $B, $4. So that's just you showing the name of the box equals 30. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Click on the box that you want to code. It's this one here. Come up to Format, click on that, and open Conditional Formatting. Here it is. Now you're going to pick the color that you want. I'm going to start with black because it's just an easy one to find. So I'm just going to click on black. While I'm at it, I'm going to change the font to white because otherwise I can't see it. Okay, so I have told the computer what color I want it to turn. Now I'm going to write the code. Come up to Format Rules, and it says Format cells if ... So click on this, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and select Custom Formula Is. Click here, and now we're going to write the code. It's equals $B, $4, because that's the name of the box, B4, equals, and then put in the answer. For mine, it's 30. So that's the number that someone has to type to get it right. So I've successfully coded that box. If you write the number 30 in that box, it'll turn black, and it is. But I also want to bring along the black pixels in the bird. So now I'm going to come up here where it says apply to range. It's already got that box. Click on this and move this over. Now, hold down the control button or the command button. What that does is it lets you select lots of things and you don't lose the stuff you clicked on before. So hold down control, and it's command on a Mac. And now you're just going to come through here and click on all of the pixels that you also want included in this code. Since this is the code to turn the pixels black, I'm selecting everything that's already black. If you misclick or you have to start over, that's just part of the process. It's okay. Now, take your finger off of control, and you have to follow 3 steps. So step 1, pull this up, you have to click OK on the data range. Step 2, done on the code. Step 3, super important, click on the paint bucket and hit reset. Otherwise, the pixels will stay filled in no matter what you do. Now click off of it so that nothing's selected, and let's test our code. So I'm going to click on this and delete the answer. So just hit backspace or delete and see how it disappears. Come back up, fill it back in, and then you actually have to click off of it before it'll activate. There we go. It worked. I'm going to delete it though because I don't want it getting in the way. I want my bird to be disappearing so I can see what I've done. Awesome. Now you can see I've clicked on this and the code is over here. If I click on the next box, there's no code, so nothing's there, which is great. So that kind of helps me keep track of things. Don't delete it unless you need to for some reason. So that's my code for that box. Now I move on to this code, or this box, and I'm going to add another code. If you lose this window, you can open it up by just going to Format, Conditional Formatting, again like before. I want to do the medium blue. Now, it might be hard for you to see, and if that's okay, that's fine. You don't have to do it perfectly. But there is this medium blue in the middle of the hat, in the middle of the scarf, and then the left side of the boots. And so I'm just going to click on it, come up to the paint bucket, and identify what on earth is that color and how do I find it. So it's the second one in. It's the one in the middle, because I have to be able to find it earlier. And I'm curious too if these snowflakes are the same. They're not. They're lighter. So not doing the snowflakes. I'm just doing the middle of the hat, middle of the scarf, and that part of the shoe. It's always good to make sure that you understand what color you're doing before you dive in. There it is. Write my code. Come down to Custom Formula Is equals $B, what is this one? This one's 8, B8. That's the row. Equals 72, because that's the answer. Now I'll come up, and I'm just going to select all of those medium blues. Remember, you need that 72 box to stay selected. Hit the control button and hold it down, and then just start clicking on the medium blue. And the scarf here. Looks like these two are medium. And if you find one that was supposed to be light blue and you make it medium blue, it's not going to matter that much because this is just like an artistic shadow on the bird. I think I got them all. Now take your hand off control, and remember there are 3 things you have to do. Let's pull this up. You're going to hit OK on the range, done on the code, reset the paint bucket. Click off of it, test it. There we go. So we're going to keep going, but I want to show you if you use a word instead of a number, the code is the same, but you have to put the word in quotation marks. I'm going to do this light red. It seems easy. I like to do the easy ones first. Okay, so it's the lightest one in these collections of reds. All right, so click on Neptune and add another rule. Paint bucket and select that red. And now we'll write our code. So normally here's what it would look like. You do equals $B $. This one is 12. And then you put in the answer, Neptune. But you see how this changed white? Because my code's not right. If my code's correct, it should change the color I asked it to. Well, when you're doing a word, it has to have quotes around it. So I just need to put a quotation mark there, quotation mark, and a quotation mark there. And now it's correct. I'm going to select range and hold down Control so it keeps the one that I already had selected. And I'm going to select all of these light red pieces. Okay, unclick, hit OK, done, and reset the paint bucket. Click off of it, go back, hit delete, and then test it. With things like this, capital letters don't matter in the code. It's a proper noun, so it should be capitalized for that reason, but it won't mess with the code. All right, so same one here. I'm going to do the dark blue, so I'm going to click it so I can find it. It's that third one in. Good. And I'm just going to keep going. So at this point, if you're starting to get the hang of it, feel free to pause the video and just give it a try. I'm going to start doing it a little bit faster now, so you can just kind of follow along or try it on your own. Remember to put that in quotes there, the word purple. All right, so when you're finished, your bird should be gone. And I do have a troubleshooting video. So if something is still there that you need to go back and add in, you can watch the troubleshooting video. But here's what it should look like. Come over here to the conditional format. You don't want to delete it, but you can X out. And let's go ahead and put our answers in and see our colors pop up. There's our bird. All right, so I want to tell you one more thing. If you delete your answers like this, the code is still there, which is obviously the point. But if you give it to someone right now, like you email them this link or you assign it to them or whatever, when they open it, it's going to like flash the bird picture at them real quick and then disappear. So it kind of ruins the surprise. So even though this is ready to go and should be perfect, just to be safe, you want to make a copy of it first. So you could like label this like my copy and then make a copy of it for your friends or whoever you're sharing it with, just to be safe so it doesn't show them the bird too early. Yeah, I hope that this is fun for you. It does take a lot of patience. So watch the troubleshooting video too if you have questions, and let me know how it goes. I can't wait to see what you make. And remember, if you want, you can get all of the winter ones by clicking on the link.